In 1961, Mr. Bernard Perrin lived in London, England, and traded in furs.
Usually the prices go up. That year, prices kept dropping. In fact, at the moment, prices are dropping in England. It's very unusual. But prices of furs. So how do you buy if you buy today and tomorrow it's worth less than you paid yesterday? You're afraid to buy. But without buying, you can't sell. So Rebbe who was a great friend of ours, the father of the other Shemtovs, came round to see me, and I told him what the trouble was. He said, simple, ask the Rebbe what to buy. So I said, well, how shall I ask the Rebbe? I mean, what does he know about furs? So he said, tell him what you bought last year. Give a list of what percentage of this and some percentage of that fur and that fur. So I made an analysis in my books of what we bought last year, and I asked the Rebbe, what shall I buy this year? By return post came a letter from the Rebbe that it doesn't matter what you buy, but sell it in Scotland. I'd never been to Scotland in my life. I had no customers in Scotland whatsoever. I thought, how the Rebbe, and there was a lot of reasons why I was needed in London. It was very difficult for me to leave London, go to Scotland. In those days there were no motorways. It used to take me on a van. I left London on Sunday morning, because so it's a non-business day, Sunday. At 7 o'clock in the morning, and get in about 8:30 in the evening. So it's a 13 and a half hours average it was to get to Glasgow from London. Now it's half that time. Anyway, so I wrote back the reasons why, letter to the Rebbe, why it's difficult for me to go. But by return post, the only time I ever argued with the Rebbe, didn't do straight away what he told me. One and only time. I asked for more advice. So he said he's read all my reasons, nevertheless, and this is the whole letter was one sentence, nevertheless, go to Scotland. That was the whole letter. It came on a Shabbos. After Shabbos I opened the letter. Sunday morning I set off for Scotland with a big van and with the goods. I didn't know who to go to, but there was a fur directory of all the furriers in Britain. And I got there and I got a map of Glasgow. And everywhere I went, they said they'd been waiting for a new traveller to come. No new traveller had come since before the war, many years before. And they all bought from me, everyone, wherever I went. They not only bought from me, they sent me to their friends. They phoned up their friends. I'm sending on a new traveller, come, you must buy from him. And I sold so much that I didn't have what to sell left in the van. I phoned up my father in London, and he put on the Red Star in those days. The Red Star was, they put it on the train in London and you could pick it up the next morning in Glasgow. Whole big cartons of fresh goods. And every night at 5 o'clock I used to phone him up into London to put on a load more stuff, what I wanted. And at 6 o'clock in the morning I would go down to the station and pick up and fill up the van again. It was so good. I opened account everywhere I went, no problems whatsoever. And I dealt with them 20 years there. The whole business changed because of it. I was spending so much time in Scotland. I went all over the rest of Scotland as well, up to Aberdeen and Dundee and Perth and Edinburgh. Went to all these towns. Everybody bought from me. The Rebbe sent me, so.